Slime Fun Survival World. I'm Boom, your host. Today we're going to talk about chicken engineering, how I get things going. I want to get started by showing you the basics. To begin with, I keep a vanilla coop lined up, and what I'm going to do is simply go in here and I'm going to grab a bunch of chickens to get things started. I usually start off with about a dozen, and then I kind of, see what happens from there, just to get enough going, because this is where the chickens actually get assigned their DNA. The DNA sequencer simply reveals it, but at this point, they've already gotten their DNA. And here's how you can tell. I've got all sorts of different, now the health is another thing too, it's going to stack differently, but when you see all these different chickens aren't stacking, but this one is. When you pick up a bunch of them, this stack right here, when they go through the genetic sequencer, will have likely the highest stack that you pick. Why can't I open up my sequencers? There we go. They'll have absolutely no genetics whatsoever. I'm so confident of that, I'm just going to go ahead and chuck it. But what I'm looking to do when you pick up a chicken is simply to get a chicken that has one recessive gene on one set of letters. Even though by default you can get up to two, I only look for one. And the reason is, for me, it's a little bit easier to manage the process of creating all the different styles of chickens that we need. So this is the first one I picked up. If you take a look, as I said, absolutely no recessive genes, so he's completely useless. What we'll do is we'll put in a couple different ones. And I think I accidentally threw mine out, but I start with one of each, so I had one of each B as well. The goal then is to turn this and that into this, where both of them are lowercase letters. So if you're familiar with the concept of a Punnett square, there's two letters merging together. There's four possible outcomes. You've got an uppercase B and a lowercase b on each set of genes. So here's how this can come up. You can get uppercase, 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 lowercase. Now it won't show in this order, but you have another possibility of one upper, one lower. It will always show the uppercase first. And then the one that we want is both of them being lowercase. That's what we're hoping to get when we find two. Okay, here we go. We got perfect feathered chicken, so that's an F. Only one set, or one of the sets of genes, has one lowercase. Again, by default, up to two can be spawned. But I, again, will start with just one. It makes it a little bit easier for me in terms of getting new ones. Here we go. There's a W. So that would have been one of my W's. All right. So what we can do then is we would take both uppercase C, or both lowercase, upper, lower, in other words, these two, put them in the chicken coop, and they'll make a baby. And the baby will be one of those four combinations. This is the combination we're looking for, with both of them being lowercase. Again, 25% chance. Once you have all six, plus the feathered chicken, which you'll never use again, which has no recessive genes whatsoever, each one of these has one pair of recessive genes. These six will be what allows you to create the remaining 57 different types of resources that these chickens can generate. And what I would do would be the same thing. I would start by taking a BB and a CC. So if I were to put those into a coop, let's take a look at what are all the possible combinations that they could make. So you've got two chickens with an uppercase B, or a chicken with two uppercase B's, a chicken with two lowercase B's. Well, every combination is this. Whoops. In other words, you will have guaranteed a chicken that will have one of each. Same thing with the C's. Every possible combination, whoops, yeah, it's a C. Every possible combination would be the same thing. Again, the uppercase will all be displayed first. So every chicken that those two make will have an upper and a lowercase B and C. I'll get two of those and merge them together. And what I'm looking and what I'm hoping to have is that I strike gold on one of the two to start with. That at least the B or the C will have both being recessive. meaning both being lowercase, and hopefully retain one lowercase of the opposite letter. So in this case, let's say I bred them together and I get two lowercase b's and one lowercase c. I'll take out one of the other chickens, replace it with that, because now I've got a 75% chance that the next one will spawn two lowercase b's, and I still have a 25% chance the next one will spawn two lowercase c's. I could still get all uppercase on the other ones. So by bringing one of them in, at least gives you a better chance. Then if I end up with two chickens that have two lowercase b's and one lowercase c, then I'm guaranteed to get two lowercase b's on every chicken and a 25% chance that I now have B, C together. Let's see, which one of these chests has what? No, that's a seed chest. I've got one, at least I thought I had set up. Yep. So in this case, you can see here, I have an andesite chicken, two lower C's, two lower F's. Now, I needed andesite really bad, so I kept the lower W in there. But same thing, C, D, F, W. I've got 4 sets of recessive genes on that one. Here, more andesite. What else? I got sand. Okay, I already had that one. Diorite, C's and D's. C and F gave me ice. So I actually had specific ones I needed for early onset parts of the game to get things going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break away and I'm going to start birthing and merging all of these chickens to see if I can't create all of the resources necessary to have all 64 types of chicken breeding. And when that's done, we'll come back and give you an update as to where we're at. All right, so we finished up getting all 64 of our chicken types for chicken engineering. So I've got a couple in the chicken coop right now just to show you the fastest way to breed these. But a real simple way is once you get past chickens that require more than 2 pairs of recessive genes, is to use as many identical pairs of recessive genes as you possibly can. So in the case of creating this BCD chicken, I could take a B and I could take a C and combine it and then try to add a D to it later. Or I could take a BC chicken and a D chicken and try to combine them, which will still take longer than taking a BC chicken and a BD chicken. So we'll have B will be in common. In other words, every baby that one spawns is guaranteed to have B be a recessive gene just like this one is. Then you only have to work with CD. It works the exact same on the final chicken. And actually, let me get this baby going in here just to show you how this works. I've got some going. So I've got B, this one's a C, this one's a B. Guaranteed 100%, the chicken will be uppercase B, lowercase b, uppercase C, lowercase c. Now to get to the end chicken, the netherite chicken, it's all 6 pairs of genes are recessive. Instead of trying to combine 2 or even 3, we're going to combine 4 identical pairs and then leave the last 2 to be just like trying to create a BC chicken. So in this case, I would grab my BCDFS and let's see, actually you could do really any other one, but in this case we'll grab the BCDFW. So what would happen is guaranteed 100% without exception, the first babies these 2 chickens produce will have BCDF all lowercase, then the S will be upper, lower, and then the W will be upper, lower. All I have to do then is get the S and the W's to become recessive. And on the first crack, there is a 1 in 16 chance. As I said, 100% guaranteed the chicken be upper, lower when you're taking 2. So if I've got 4 pairs that are already guaranteed to be lower recessive, trying to create the netherite chicken, it's no different now than trying to create the BC chicken. And again, all we started with was a solid double B and a solid double C, or recessive C, B. And that's what helps you get through this a little bit faster. Because again, if you try to make a netherite chicken by adding in 1 pair at a time, well, guess what? You're going to be at this forever. I spent probably 15 hours, I'm going to say, creating every single pair of chicken that there could be. And that was using all the shortcuts that I had available to me as an option. Now I have implemented, I'm getting some lag. I don't know if it's a server, if it's my computer, but I'm clearly seeing some visual lag. Let's just see if it's a server issue. No, it's got to be my computer. Then I'm at a perfect TPS. There's a lot of stuff around here for sure, and I'm be willing to bet this is what's causing the visual lag. So we'll have to do some setting tweaking. So I'm running the boosted excitation chamber. So in this case for gold, it's a 5-second cycle. Some items are a little bit shorter, some are a little bit longer, but this is the middle of the chamber. So I've got gold going here. I have flint and sulfate. Yep, flint and sulfate. Going back over here, I've got 14 sulfate, 7 flint. And I've added a few more things to the base as well. We now have 18 carbonado edge furnaces running to take the gold ore and use the luck factor to produce more resources. We've also added in from, I believe it's Foxy Machines, the gold refinery, where we're making 4-carat gold. Every time we get 9, it crafts into a vanilla gold block, and then we're uncrafting it back into vanilla gold ingots. In addition to, I now have 63 infinity quarries running. This is going to have to be increased for sure. At least another 7 redstone, possibly another 7 quartz. And I might just throw like 21 more in just to help increase the rate of gold. I've even turned iron off in the quarries because I have so much iron that the system just couldn't keep up. It couldn't do anything with it. So I actually turned iron production off for now. I actually had to put together a second storage unit with voiding turned on to true just to handle the iron that was being produced by the quarries. The other thing we have going is the next add-on we're going to focus on to adding in this base is going to be Supreme. And hopefully I can figure out the FPS lag I'm having here before I get too far, because this is going to take up a little bit of resources. So what we've put together is 4 iron golem farms based off of vanilla. They're separated far enough apart to where a golem spawns. None of the other groups of villagers should be able to recognize that there was a golem there. So we're using the mob, I think it's a mob tech. Hang on if I get close enough here without too many more issues. There we go. It's a mob tech collectors. So when a golem spawns, it immediately captures it, goes through 2 of the empty mob techs and converts it into a common head. The challenge I have is I don't feel that this is producing common heads at a fast enough rate. For one, I'm going to be building a lot to see how fast I can craft or gear up the heads to the top levels to make the tech generators, I believe, as fast as they possibly can be, which is 78 seconds to get 9 stacks of resources. That's the end goal. I'm going to have to go through literally tens of thousands of common heads to do that. So what I might do is I might take this down, I might rebuild it, I might just build layers above it. Have to be at least, to play it safe, probably 20 blocks up, but having more iron golem farms to get more iron golems to produce more common heads. As of right now, yeah, see, that one didn't spawn either. And I don't know, according to the wiki, the official wiki, if a villager is more than 16 blocks away from the iron golem, it cannot detect it. Well, we know that every one of these farms is at least, at a bare minimum, 20 blocks from another. So I'm not quite sure what else I can do. Like I said, I may rebuild this and go with my other design that I've done before. Back when everybody was releasing Iron Golem videos, I did one as well. I forgot what we called the quad tower or something like that. At the time, at least when it came out, it was one of the fastest ones out there. But anyways, I'm going to start working on this, increasing my head counts. In this case, because of the tech collectors, even when a golem spawns, it's only visible for a fraction of a second because the tech collector starts its process. So to see how many heads do I have? So I'm at 3191. I need a lot more. So I think, again, I need to really work and think about how we're going to increase that production. And that's going to be what I'm going to get started on. So I want to say thank you again for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget, when you're playing Slime Fun, you got to go boomer or you got to go home. We'll see you later.